King Julien and Maurice, a duo among animation I'm sure everyone remembers with glee. But throughout the years, these two characters have been kinda run down to another specific two characters in DreamWorks that make up a good duo. Well, newsflash, to me, Julien and Maurice's highs are just as high as Shrek and Donkey's, and their lows are at least more watchable than Shrek the Third, so I don't really even see a problem here. Today, I'm gonna talk about the entire relationship history of King Julien and Maurice. Let's do this. The journey for these two started off a bit more different than most. Instead of running into each other at the local mall, they first met when they were babies. What I'm about to say is not theory whatsoever, it's literally franchise lore, so there. Believe it or not, Maurice is in fact an Aye, and according to All Hail King Julien, the Ayes had a sacred tradition. Every millennium or so, a beautiful Aye baby was born, making the other Aye babies look like a horde of inferior blobfish. That one baby was to be sacrificed to the Bell Gods in order to maintain peace and prosperity. But on the journey to the sacrificial grounds, baby Bricky, oh yeah, by the way, his original name was actually Bricky, kinda cool. Anyways, late one night, baby Bricky went off the road and into a pile of bushes. Nearby, for some reason that I'll probably theorize on later, Princess Julien and Prince Barty were camping with their little son Julien just outside the Aye Kingdom. Julien went off, crawled into a nearby pack of bushes, and found baby Bricky, aka Maurice. It is non-gay love at first sight. After those beautiful moments of connection, Julien goes his way and Maurice goes the other. Now, this is where it gets a little bit blurry because the show decided to leave out their childhood years for us to figure out, and don't worry, I'm not going to use much theorizing, just common sense. Julien and Maurice meet for the second time in lemur school. By now, Maurice would have been found by massacre potentially. He was put into a new family as an adopted child and was raised like a lemur. Julien was brought up by his self-centered parents, Julien and Barty, who was said to have died when Julien was somewhere between 7 and 12. Don't worry, his parents didn't actually die, they just left Julien to have the latter part of his childhood spent as a party kid and under the responsibility of his uncle Julien. When it was time for Julien to begin lemur school, which is the equivalent of high school by the way, everyone in all of his classes were expected to treat him like royalty. They would have to laugh at all of his jokes, let him win everything, and ultimately just make him the most popular and favored lemur in the school. And if that wasn't enough, Uncle King Julien hired someone to be his best friend. That person was, believe it or not, Maurice. Due to his intellectual capabilities, Maurice had to let Julien cheat off of him in all of the tests, and even if he gets caught, the teachers weren't allowed to do anything about it. But what had started as a paid job slowly turned into real friendship. Maurice and Julien became genuinely good friends, and then later best friends. By the time that they graduated, Maurice and Julien were so close that the king decided to offer Maurice the role of properly watching over Prince Julien, who was still a big party boy, but then one of Julien's party friends, Rob McTodd, got banished from the kingdom because he nearly gave the king a heart attack on his birthday, so now Julien was a bit more grounded. Eventually, Julien became king, making him King Julien, and Maurice became his royal advisor, and throughout the show and the movies, the two of them grew even closer. Maurice would give Julien helpful advice, and Julien would ignore him. Happy endings.